Just walk it off, Sonny.
Oh god.
Sonny.
He's evolved into a true dad. What's up folks, Jack here with another video. So it turns out that Big E, or should we call it now the Fjordsbra? No, that still sounds pretty dumb. Well, the Emperor of Mankind's plan was actually kinda good. I mean, it was solid. He saved everybody in the nick of time. You have Lehman who, by the way, thank you guys for pointing that out. He did say in a previous episode that just by his presence one will know who he is. And yeah, that was definitely a touching moment. And now he is in action. Now, one thing that is great is that obviously him by taking over Fyodor Karamazov was a damn good thing. Somebody who holds so much sway over a lot of forces in the Imperium. The Inquisition especially. But, well, Starchild taking over his body and showing another view of benevolence here, because at the end of the day, that's what motivates most humans within the Imperium. It's not just the killing, it's that we want to push forward, we want to save humanity. This is part of the method that they are utilizing. But he is actually good, at least that's what he seems like. So how is the Inquisition going to react to that? They, well, by our terms and purposes, don't really display those qualities. But yeah, this episode today is called Fear and Loathing in Commorragh. This one is the Eldar's, what do we call it? Hive station?
No.
It's like crazy, like it holds like the entirety of the Eldar, or the Dark Eldars population, or it's like a gathering place. What can I compare it to? Yeah, it's like that the place in Guardians of the Galaxy, Nowhere, where like it's massive enough to hold multiple civilization within it, and yeah, it's all crazy. But with that said, guys, let's just jump in today's episode 26. Let's go. Nice.
It has begun. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Father, your senseless babbling is making me worry for your health.
Perhaps you were a bit too generous with the anesthetics, Lord Adorable.
I never babble. I am never senseless, and you should do nothing but worry about my health.
Then please, start giving context to this cryptic rambling.
You are a spoiled little shit, Rogel.
Calling excrement spoiled is redundant. I also do not believe I am excrement, unless you have been keeping some truly awful secret about our inception.
Listen, Sun Creature. Do you remember when the unbound
Sun
armies
Creature.
of the Inquisition stomped with their frilly little gumboots right into my Imperial Palace? Under
Yep.
what I have a hard time calling
Magni
the
Magic
leadership
banished
of one
them away.
Fyodor Karamazov.
Yes.
Hot stuff sent them all to the warp, as far as I recall.
Do not salivate over my son in the open, please. Nevertheless, you are correct. Magni Magic cast circa 68.8% of the Inquisition into the Immaterium.
A big win for the Imperium, no doubt. There was surely no particular need for a supervisory force dedicated to the safekeeping of mankind's life force.
Before you go and skewer the remainder of your basic human decency by becoming unapologetic for the fucking Inquisition, hold on to your airy-stained memory caskets, for the Inquisition
Still
has returned
lives.
from the warp,
What?
Surprise.
It's rather shocking.
and with them is also your brother, Lehman Russ.
I say.
How do you know this,
Oh
Father?
no.
Have you had a vision?
I am having one as we speak.
What is happening? This is no prank, is it? I am extremely perplexed and confused. And
I do remember
I can
that
show you.
Rogel and Lehman kind of shared a similar bond to what Sanguinius and Horus had,
It's the
didn't they?
colored boy.
They're like very good friends,
Would you look at that?
despite the
It truly
differences.
is him. My brother, Lehman. That stubborn wolf breed yet lives.
Did you really think anything less?
Of course not. But I am immensely happy to see it confirmed before my eyes.
Good save. I was just about to take personal offense.
Yeah.
Now, prepare your peepers. We shall follow Liman and the Inquisition's process from this first-person perspective. Albeit muddled, we should get an idea of how they fare.
First person perspective.
Jack, whose perspective are we seeing this from?
His.
Mine. Or rather, Fyodor Karamazov's.
Both? How is that possible?
You will see.
Have you planted yourself in his brain?
Sort of.
Can you really fit?
Quiet.
I hope it's snug.
Damn.
Cuddled up in there, tucked in his
Ah,
brain.
geez, stop.
You are the worst.
Can you put me in Magnus's brain?
Fuck you. Immediate
Restraining order.
Neither is decorum and respectability. Now shut your face before I send your entire upper half of the warp for some one-on-one with that red screaming Billy Goat on the screen.
Oh. It's an inconvenience. That's not how a good member of society would speak. Watch your profanities.
Fyodor, suffice to say, I find myself speechless, I must admit.
Yes, my son. As it is, as it were, I think I have proven my abilities.
I'm
Wow.
gold. That heliday. Is it really true?
I want. Okay, so this is me kind of interjecting a bit of the artistic side of things here. I wonder if they went about to use some octane colors here. Well, it could have been done in 3D, to be fair. They could have created the models in 3D. You can always use 2D materials to color things. It's just because of the sake of the coloring, it fits so perfectly.
Is this ragged?
After Effects for animation, of course, but
But we have no time to settle. It is difficult to tell just how long this barrier will remain.
Yes. Good call. You're there, ovular one.
ovular one.
Legally, I say at the end of this passage.
It's hard to say, but there is an unidentified light source coming from the end of this passage. It's very bright and hot and radiates UV waves.
A star?
Don't sound so nervous, Canonus. No matter where it leads, it could not possibly be more
What in the
treacherous
world?
than the wall. Onward, soldiers, for glory!
Yeah, that's some interstellar stuff right there.
Right! I wasn't expecting to get my retinas burnt out today.
Daylight! Place yourselves! That be it!
A triprismic dimensional mirror key to the center of a sun.
Son! Really?
Oh.
How did you know?
I found it on page 50 of this unpleasant record you threw at me.
Yeah, sure. Space Marine armor can survive, well, the few of them who will still be alive, a volcano, but they're getting warped into a sun.
You mean to say that they are
In Commorragh.
Yes, that is
Commorragh.
And they are currently being welcomed by its most hazardous defense systems.
Wow. Ooh, yikes. Come on.
No, son!
I'm sorry.
On this, the eve of my 40,000 straight
Oh, the Exterminatus guy, of course.
happy to announce that long
Wait, did he just make a red giant explode?
And now a word from our sponsors.
Where do I begin with this man?
It's too dangerous.
Really?
Yeah!
Oh, hell no!
What the hell?
The godforsaken catacomb!
I'm sorry, what?
This is proper now.
Pain is weakness, leaving the body!
Oh, scions, come. You will be fine. Just walk it off, Sonny.
Oh god.
Sonny.
He's evolved into a true dad.
Oh shit, I'm still alive. How did that happen? Oh my lordy, lordy, lord!
Proper naff.
Is that the Emperor of Mankind? With a beard?
Yep.
It does seem like it is.
Fucking Nora!
Oh, as sweet as you are, pleasantries must be set aside for now. We shall be venturing forward, but heed, my children.
I'm sorry, are we really not going to be talking about the fact that Khaldor Drago just cancelled a son? Really? Nobody's going to mention that. A freaking astral entity just manifested itself and was like, your position in my space-time continuum is not your resting place. And he was like, no, you. It just freaking, what did he do?
You know a good magician never reveals his secrets.
Why am I even asking questions? It's bloody Drago.
We do not yet know where we have ended up, and I must warn you. I can sense the quivers of dark hearts in the shadows, beating with malevolence, fatalism, drugs.
The drugs. He's such a dad.
Is this place?
Looks like the underhive of an underhive.
An underhive?
Yeah. Those are pretty sadistic creatures, but then going in the depths of the sadism.
Thoughtful hosts have set up a sign for potential visitors. Through the what gate?
Why do they have space reggae? I mean, I'm not complaining. It sounds good. Yo, Commorragh is in reality is just a borough in somewhere in England. It actually does look like a neighborhood not so far away from mine, like a couple of kilometers away, where I first lived in our first apartment. Just shift the colors to yellow.
My lords, I have spotted a bright light. On my forehead?
Get ready
That
for
would
another
be
fight.
a sniper. Or not.
We have you in our sights, Monkai. Do not make any sudden movements, or we will quite literally shoot right out.
They are science.
Dark Elder?
Goodness. They are surrounded.
What weapons do those Dark
The
Elders
Deldars.
Looks like they are packing the entirety of the Dark Elder's abhorrent arsenal.
Ooh.
Analyzing their weaponry to judge the bearded triumvirate's survival chances would be wise. Just a moment.
And here, finally,
Wait, is he just standing in front of the Emperor's gate?
Eternity Gate!
Gates of Babylon!
Its most reverent doorframe, the corporeal vessel of the man emperor himself, sits upon his throne, an anchor from which stretches
The Golden Ramsey!
Here. Read this detestable list, child.
And the Jean Valjean man.
This is the very reason for my existence!
Read it aloud for the people
Wow.
in the back.
Codex Dark Eldar.
Arsenal consists of dark lances, agonizers, electro-corrosive whips, flesh gauntlets, chain flails, scissor hands, husk blades, hell glaives, punishers, stingers, destructors, crucibles, maledictions, combat drugs.
I see a theme here. They're either extremely sharp or they are phallic objects with lube.
Gruesome talismans, hell masks, shadow fields, terrafexes, horrorfexes, tormentor helms, masks of the damned, goblets of spite, shard carbons, splinter
Shard?
nightmare dolls, archangels of pain, torture amps, xenospasms, murdered dick shooters.
Wait, what the hell?
Could these weapon names be any more childishly grim?
Oh no. Well, okay, in all intents and purposes. Well, that one can actually be dealt with easily. I don't know if you guys know of this individual. If you just give it a big old dick twist. Okay, let's keep going.
Attaboy. I hope Lehman can make it through this with naught but his
Sword of Bale Knight, then Scorn Spitter,
Do you reckon you would with your...
Storm's Teeth?
Quiet, something is happening.
Straight out of Hot Topic.
Yahar, human slime!
Why is he a pirate?
Whoa, hold your fire, you knuckle dragon Monkai barbarians!
What is it doing?
It is trying to speak to them.
Ah.
Mistake number 1.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Yahar. You and the weak, pathetic, subsentient worms that constitute your ground forces have no hope for victory at this juncture. Should
Not
you
only
decide
did
to
he...
resort to violence-
Oh, wow. Well, that was kind of expected.
Wait a minute! Get off! Get off! Get this oversized! Oh, my face! Oh, my face! Warriors!
Lehman, hold, if you will. These Dark Eldar are acting atypical for their race, aren't they?
Oh, sorry. Do you prefer Drukari? I've heard it said both ways.
What, actually? I can explain to you. Actually, we didn't come to fight you. Just actually, if you just...
How I have missed Lehman.
Lehman's Bizarre Adventure.
You know what? Given the soul-crushing amount of arbitrary deaths decent people die for no reason in this galaxy, it is surprisingly refreshing to see it happen firsthand to someone who absolutely deserves it.
The Catchers are gone, obviously. Standard Eldar strategy. They hold the Catchers without the fight.
Have I died and gone to murder heaven?
Did guys instantly as I would have thought.
Yeah, Deldars.
Lehman,
Sounds
I don't want
slightly
to act
phallic, but...
pushy, but we cannot afford to act hastily and endanger our pilgrimage to Terra.
Hold on. Lord Fyodor, what exactly are you trying to imply here?
Heed
Oh
my
no,
word.
they're catching on.
I'm not saying we trust these alien scum in any capacity.
No offense.
None taken, dopeface.
For now, we should hear what they have to say.
Oh, that's...
What? You can't be serious, Lord Fyodor.
So deep into enemy territory, surrounded by hideous xenos abominations.
I knew it was too good to be true!
Who's the heretic?
Implied by the Crimson Demon! This is the behavior of a heretic! 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 Heretic!
Oh no. No.
Say, how much would have been no good to die?
Dying? No. Being viciously tortured in a homunculi Coven's flesh laboratories? Yes. Put me down for...
Why is that the other guy convulsing?
I don't understand anything that is happening, and my body is convulsing irregularly.
Heretic! Heretic! I have an opinion, so shut your mouths! Oh, well, would you look at that?
Oh no!
Ex-Inquisitor Cryptman! Where?
I recognize him from the glasses. Jesus. Where did he come from? Was he always a part of the party? Cryptman? No way. There's no way that he's siding with the Emperor on this one. Ah, this series is great. Dude literally got Okay. Never mind. You know the lore.
My opinion is straight-laced, self-strangulating, sheepling, slapping heresy on anything even halfway logical. What brought us into this mess in the first place? Maybe taking 2 seconds to consider options that aren't purge this, cleanse that, and burn, burn, burn might prove beneficial.
Says he. Well, excuse me.
Greetings, Cryptman.
Hello, Fiona. Nice hair.
Wow, thank you. I grew it myself somehow.
I like this crypt man.
People really changed that much in the last 10,000 years.
He committed the largest genocide since the Horus Heresy in his efforts to repeal the Tyranids. He was
McCracken monster.
exiled from the Inquisition for being too cruel.
I am sure it was, I think, personal and totally necessary in the end.
Yes. No.
My lord, you can just retract your statement about liking him.
I never err in my judgments, you flabby cog carpet. I am sure he is a very rational and sympathetic individual.
Well,
Hypocrite incarnate! Next you're gonna start saying your policy led to an inexcusable loss of human life. He fucking got to the moon, not the other one! Inquisitor Toddler on the ground is wrong. If anything, I feel the judgment of the Inquisition has been a bit of an underachiever in the areas of planetary devastation and other forms of healthy, constructive mass murdering.
I agree with Inquisitor Sunglasses.
Oh, come on, shut up. You don't want to press that button.
Carnage cronies, huh, Theodore?
While I have the utmost respect for you, Lord Russ, I resent 2/3 of the things that just came out of your mouth. I am very rational and independent with my mass murder. It's why when I heard of all the radical reformist hogwash coming out of Terra, I immediately knew something was amiss and decided to sneak along despite my retirement. But you had not noticed me until now only highlights your incompetence.
I noticed.
You do not count.
The randomness of Jacob.
Xenos, we need another one of you spiky reprobates to deliver us your commands.
Well, since you asked so nicely, well, it's surprisingly straightforward.
I doubt that.
Lord Vex was alerted the moment you triggered our defense systems. To be honest, we were sort of expecting an unstoppable horde of demons when the gate broke. We were pretty stoked about murder boning a bunch of temporal thought forms in the eyeballs.
Wow. Oh, no.
Well, I mean,
Skull.
I can't speak for everyone. Jabarian, you stoked?
Hell yeah, my maid Melf. I was pretty stoked.
That's silly.
Why does it jiggle when he talks? My main Melf.
How about you?
Yeah, I get demons, I get them, but really, I want to come here and walk right today, you know, like against bleeding types, you feel me?
Yeah, nah, I feel that. So yeah, okay, I'd say most of us were reasonably stoked about it. 75% of us seems fair. I'm not gonna get them to raise their hands or anything.
And you wanted to talk with these quote-unquote people? The pain! Causing pain!
The prospect of skull-fucking demons aside, Supreme Overlord Vex has given us strict orders not to kill you, and bring you to him for an audience.
That's some
You take us back to your presumably quite
slippery master.
And then what? We're all and decastrated for the rest of eternity? Pardon my centillion. I am really sorry, but I am not seeing much reason to take you at your word.
Well, not all of you. Just you, Chair Bonkai. The rest of your forces will have to wait while Lord Vex parleys with you.
Wait.
Please, no.
And where would they be waiting exactly?
The arena, of course! You'll all be fighting to the death! It will be quite the spectacle! Come the fuck on! Vex wants a word with you and you expect us to immediately slaughter you wholesale?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes! Yes! For the Glacier Finrace, yes! You must think we've all contracted nerdlite hypersyphilis to be mad enough to trust your ill-begotten ilk. Eldor would never miss an opportunity to cause pain, mayhem, and suffering. You've got to be 13 wolves and gullible to discern good intentions from even a single one of their honeyed words. Phrases like delivery and audience are always euphemisms for
I love this one so much.
Eons and eons. God, it tickles me really. Yeah. If this isn't a trick, I'm gonna buy an entire living cat and not eat it.
Dealing with the Eldar is a very fickle prospect. They are prone to acting in ways that are countercurrent to their own self-interest, making you...
Oh yes, the Eldars always need to apply that extreme mental gymnastic upon everything, since the good old lobster king / queen Slanesh always try to invade their minds.
Think that they're deceiving you,
Feeds
when
off
in
of the
reality,
suffering.
They're being completely honest and counting on the fact that you think that they're lying to you, so that you'll completely discount the truth as the truth.
What was even a single word you just said?
Exactly! They engage in exasperating mental gymnastics like this all the time. That's why I prefer hunting Tyranids. They don't waste my time with all these thinking nonsense.
So, what say you, Cripman? Should we stay or should we go?
If I am being completely and thoroughly honest, I just wanted to stop the trigger-happy amateur hour from discounting our leadership for considering a slightly unorthodox position. Ultimately, the decision rests with you, Fyodor.
Cripman became the voice of reason.
All, in Eldar terms, bold.
I
Yeah.
respect your candor.
Royally.
I think, with all things considered at the moment, our best course of action is...
Choose very carefully, Fyodor. The consequences of your decision could see everything we fought for go up in smoke.
I do not see much of a choice in this.
The suspense is killing me.
If I know my brother, they will fight to the death. None but the likes of Father could persuade him to do anything else.
They would not survive that. As stated in these filthy magazines you call Dark Eldar codexes, Commorragh is not your run-of-the-mill Xenos home world.
Ooh, exposition!
It is an impossible dimension in the depths of the webway, able to house an entire star system's worth of these walking, talking spike maps. What different avenues name monolithic superslum, vast collections of morbid satellite
Melodrama,
realms that are,
Shadow.
in reality, thousands of light years apart, are permanently shackled with through shimmering dimensional shortcuts. Its streets are an ever-changing clusterfuck of flesh halls, venom canals, and gravity-defying spires, all cobbled together on a scale incomprehensible to human minds. While the sweat goblins of Commorragh can navigate this bristling tumor on the webway themselves, our bearded triumvirate and their inquisitorial compatriots cannot hope to survive by simply fighting through it. They all may carry the willpower necessary to survive the warp, but surviving the physical horrors of Commorragh is another pain regimen entirely.
But the Grey Knight Colonel Drago was just able to detonate a sun. I saw him defeat Magnus the Red effortlessly in a single burn motion. How could these deviant talks possibly pose a challenge not only him, but Limit Russ as well?
in addition to the Dark Eldar being marginally more intelligent than a celestial entity, and certainly more cunning than my baby Magnus in the midst of a temper tantrum, you are not only forgetting that Calder Drago decidedly brandishes the brain power of a rock, but also the population dynamics required for such a thought-marred quasi-realm to
Excuse me, he still swallowed the sun!
exist in the first place.
Could you clarify, my lord?
My bite is at last pain slowly cracking.
You see, my uninformed companion, the Dark City is not simply the capital world of the Dark Eldar. Rather, it is a location wherein almost every single Dark Eldar barring comparative small exiled populations live and operate. As such, even though the Dark Eldar are likely one of the most numerically inferior races in the galaxy, banding together in such a manner makes more or less an unbreakable fortress that no one can really deal with. In fact, the only successful invasions of Commorragh have either been 1. Extremely short with a single, limited goal in mind. 2. Hilariously karmic demon incursions that generally exist to ruin one guy in particular's day. Or 3. Assaults that are unknown to the invaders themselves, pre-planned and invisibly coordinated by the Dark Eldar in order to murder potential political and military opponents without actually getting their shitty little claws dirty.
Always themselves.
The Dark Eldar have seen to it that even if our primary goal was to eliminate their race, mustering the resources necessary to level Commorragh would leave the Imperium critically open to its numerous other aggressors. Even in the best case scenario, it would certainly be more trouble and it is worth.
Then, their escape from the Imperium was for naught. The Wolf King's return is not a return at all.
I do not like this situation.
Do not worry your tiny little skulls. Commorragh may be unbreakable playing by our rules. But fortunately for us, things are going just as
planned. Damn.
You what, mate?
I have come to a decision.
Oh no. And this is where my mind was going insane. It's only because recently I saw like DJT was trying to make a comeback. And there's this one meme with Kamala Harris going like, Do not come. And Donald Trump replying,
I'm gonna come.
I don't know why that thing just stuck in my mind for some reason. Well, it certainly does look like the Fjordspur does have a greater plan, but this is one that we're going to find out in the next episode. Yes, I am finally doing a cliffhanger. Ah, that feels good. No, but yeah, I kind of wanted to keep this video a bit short. It's gotten a bit too long and kind of wanted to retain some of your viewership, you know? But guys, with that said though, I still need some clarification on what the hell Drago did and how it is possible. How Cryptman, the mass murderer, well, it's a common thing within the Imperium after all, yet still, he was the one to rally the Inquisition back. Amazing. I love this show so much. But guys, thanks a lot for watching. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful day. Go out, enjoy the sun if you have the possibility to. And yeah, just enjoy. And also, happy 4th of July. Yeah, I actually tried to emulate the feeling of 4th of July by playing some Saints Row 4, as you get to play as POTUS in like the very intro of the game, and also Far Cry 5. That was the best experience. That game is so much more fun than I remember it to be. But yeah, with that said though, see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.